Thanks for tuning in to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. This is your host, Mikaela Filar, where we are here to skyrocket your self-worth, heal your shit, and take your power back. Welcome to the chat. Hey guys, welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. It's your host, Mikaela Filar. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about self-love. I have a new course that starts May 15th. Doors close May 13th. So you still got some time to get signed up, get the details. They'll be in the show notes below. But this 6-week course is all about self-love and self-image mastery. So I figured I'd give you guys a little taste of what it's going to be like inside. And how important it is to skyrocket your self-love and self-image. I know I always say that having a 10 out of 10 self-love and self-image are literally the keys to life. And you might not quite understand what I mean by that. And I am just hoping that this episode gives you a little bit more clarity on what exactly I mean. Okay. So I have a question for you, and I would like you to answer this out loud or in your head, or you can journal about it, whatever you want to do. But my question is, do you keep the promises that you make to other people? You might say yes, and that's great. I have another question for you. Do you keep the promises that you make to yourself? And I ask you these two questions because, well, I hope that if your answer was yes, I do keep the promises that I make to other people, that your answer is yes, I also keep the promises that I make to myself. Why this is so important is because the world is a giant mirror. I feel like a broken record, but it's so true. Like the world is a giant mirror. So if you are not prioritizing yourself, if you're not keeping the promises that you make to yourself, then how do you expect other people to make those same promises to you? How do you expect other people to keep the promises that they've made to you? How do you expect other people to put you first if you can't even put yourself first? How do you expect other people to respect your boundaries if you're not even respecting your own boundaries? Do you see the theme I'm going for right here? You guys, self-love, the definition is the ability to put yourself first and prioritize yourself, okay? No matter what. If you are not prioritizing yourself, if you are not putting yourself first, the world is a giant mirror and it's going to reflect back to you the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you treat yourself. So if you start treating yourself the way that you desire other people to treat you, then the world will mirror that to you and your reality will change. But you first have to be able to treat yourself first, love yourself, skyrocket your self-love. Okay. So, let's give you an example. If you were to schedule out your week, right, for next week, and you've got going to I will go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to lift weights Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or I'm going to go to yoga 2 times a week, or whatever the case may be, right? You make this promise to yourself that you want to stick to your fitness routine and you want to do this for this time, whatever it may be. Okay. You make this promise to yourself. You write it in your planner or you put it in your journal, whatever it may be, however you do it. And then Monday comes around and your alarm clock goes off for however early you have to before work, or maybe you don't have to go into work and your alarm goes off and you're like, I'm tired. I don't really feel like it. I'll just start tomorrow. Okay. What is that doing? It's one, you not keeping your promise to yourself. Two, it's you staying in your comfort zone because yes, you getting outside of your comfort zone by starting to go to the gym X amount of times a week or sticking to your fitness routine isn't going to be comfortable. You might be sore. You might just not, be comfortable with it. It might be you waking up a little bit earlier. It might be you staying up a little bit later because, maybe you go after work, whatever the case may be. Bottom line is it's going to be uncomfortable, right? And our ego, it's like a little 7-year-old, and it doesn't want to change. It doesn't like change. 7-year-olds don't like change, right? If they have a routine, if you say you're going to go somewhere after school, whatever it may be, they're like, okay, well, you said we're going to do this. And so, like, let's go do that. Like, they don't like change, right? So, what I'm saying here is that your ego wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you comfortable. It doesn't want you to go outside of your comfort zone. And so it's going to try and talk you out of it. And that's what that is when you're trying to talk yourself out of it the day of to not do it. But this is where you have to be stronger than your ego. And you have to do what you say you're going to do. And you have to keep that promise to yourself and put yourself first. Because what does that do? It sends a broadcast out into the world that you keep your promises to yourself, that you stay true to your boundaries, right? That you do the things that you say you're going to do. And if you are sending out that broadcast, if that's the vibe that is radiating off of your EMF, right? Your creator field, then that's what you're going to get mirrored back to you. Okay. So prioritize yourself and put yourself first and keep the promises that you make to yourself, because that is only going to shift and change your reality and what you get put in front of you. Okay. So this is very important to remember when you make promises to change, making sure that you are putting yourself first and making sure that you do not succumb to staying in your comfort zone and letting your ego win. Now, our ego isn't a bad thing. Like, I feel like the ego gets a bad rap. Like, our soul chose our ego. Like, it's there for a reason. It does help us in some cases. And there are other times, like this example, for instance, where you have to sit your ego down and say, you know what? I got this. We're good. Okay. So, with that being said, if there is something that you have been wanting to do or telling yourself that you were going to do, and you keep putting it off, or you keep not doing it, and you keep breaking that promise to yourself, I want you to remember this. If you want your reality to change, if you want people to treat you with respect and to put you first and to prioritize yourself, you have to do that for yourself first. Bottom line, end of story. There's no way around it. Trust me. So, if you are desiring to like shift your creator field and be an energetic match for people who prioritize you and put yourself first, then you got to make that change for yourself. Okay? You have to put yourself first. You have to prioritize yourself. You have to do the things that you say that you're going to do. And this goes into like that idea of karma, right? That idea that like, oh, well, if I put other people first, if I promise them, keep the promises that I make to them, then they'll automatically keep the promises that they make to me. That is not the ultimate truth. That's not how it works. How it works is how you treat yourself is the way that others are going to treat you. All right. Period. End of story. Inside of Glowed Up, my 6-week self-love and self-image mastery course, I will be helping you skyrocket your self-love and self-image, obviously. And I will teach you how to master this technique of shifting your creator field to become an energetic match for everything that you desire. There are going to be some shifts happening in this course. And when you make the decision to jump into something like this, that is a huge sign to Sky Daddy that you are ready for change, and they're going to assist you in this change. They're going to help you. Okay. So have faith and get ready to quantum fucking leap into a new reality, because that is what Glowed Up is all about. I hope to see you inside. That is all I have for you today. I love you. I appreciate you for listening, and we will chat soon. Bye.